Welcome back to K-Drama Cycle, where we uncover the most emotional and unforgettable stories in the world of Asian entertainment. Today's episode is not an easy one to tell because it revolves around grief, shock, and the loss of a beloved star. We're talking about Yu Menglong, a name that brought smiles to millions of fans across the globe. Known for his charm, his versatility as an actor, and his voice that could melt hearts, Yu Menglong's sudden passing has left an emptiness that fans and the entertainment industry are struggling to accept. The question on everyone's mind has been, what really happened before his death? Today, we take a closer look at Yu Menglong's final moments, the official cause of his death, and the heartbreaking details that surfaced in the aftermath. Yu Menglong's journey in the entertainment world was nothing short of inspiring. Born with dreams of singing and acting, he carved his way into stardom not through shortcuts but through hard work and relentless dedication. From his early days as a singer in the talent industry to his breakthrough roles in dramas that captivated audiences, he became one of the rising faces of Chinese entertainment. Fans loved his ability to portray both vulnerability and strength. He wasn't just another actor. He was someone who made you feel every emotion through the screen. But behind the scenes, not many knew the struggles he was facing. Reports now confirm that Yu Menglong's cause of death was tied to severe health complications that had been building quietly, away from the cameras and hidden from the public eye. Friends close to him revealed that in his final weeks, he appeared exhausted, worn down by the pressures of filming, promotional work, and the constant demand of life in the spotlight. He would often reassure those around him, saying he was fine, that he could push through, but deep down, his body was sending warning signs. In the days leading up to his passing, insiders share that Yu Menglong had been keeping a demanding schedule. Long nights, packed shoots, and little time for rest. On the outside, he was still the cheerful, hard-working star fans adored. On the inside, however, his health was deteriorating. One of the most heartbreaking details that emerged was that Yu Menglong spent his final evening quietly at home. According to those close to him, he had been reflecting a lot, even writing in his personal notebook, a place where he often poured his deepest thoughts. While those notes have not been made public, sources claim they reflected his love for his family, his gratitude for his fans, and his hopes for the future. But sadly, those hopes would never be realized. When the official cause of death was finally released, it confirmed what many feared. It was not a sudden, isolated incident, but the result of accumulated health struggles that had gone untreated for too long. Fans were devastated. Social media platforms lit up with grief. Hashtags in memory of Yu Menglong began trending worldwide. People posted clips of his dramas, his songs, and even his interviews, remembering the bright smile that had brought them comfort. The entertainment industry, too, went into mourning. Fellow actors, co-stars, and directors who had worked with him described him as someone who was not only talented but also deeply kind. Many couldn't hold back tears as they shared stories of his generosity and gentle nature. He was the type of person who would go out of his way to make others feel comfortable on set, the type of star who treated everyone with respect, regardless of their status. But what makes Yu Menglong's passing even more heartbreaking is the sense of what could have been. He was in the prime of his career. He had projects lined up, roles that fans were excited to see him in, and even musical ventures he had hinted at pursuing. To have his life cut short at such a young age feels not only tragic but unfair. In the days that followed, his family requested privacy, but they also issued a statement thanking fans for their overwhelming love and support. They described Yu Menglong as a son who always carried warmth in his heart, someone who never forgot to call home, even when he was miles away filming. They asked fans not to remember him through the lens of sadness alone, but through the joy and inspiration he had brought into the world. And perhaps that is the greatest legacy Yu Menglong leaves behind. His story, though cut short, reminds us of the pressures celebrities face, pressures that are often hidden behind smiles and stage lights. It reminds us of the importance of health, rest, and compassion, even in industries that demand constant perfection. For fans, his final moments are difficult to think about. Yet, remembering them also reminds us of who he truly was, a man who gave his all until the very end. Today, when we watch his dramas, when we listen to his songs, or when we see his smile in interviews, we are reminded of the light he carried. That light may no longer shine physically, but its warmth will live on in the hearts of those who loved him. Yu Menglong may be gone, but his story doesn't end here. His art, his kindness, and the memories he created will continue to inspire for generations to come. As fans, perhaps the best way we can honor him is not only to remember him with tears, but to celebrate the beauty he brought into the world, to hold on to the lessons of love, resilience, and humanity that his life embodied. Yu Menglong's final moments remind us of how fragile life can be, but his legacy reminds us of how powerful love, art, and kindness truly are. Rest in peace, Yu Menglong. You will never be forgotten. And here at K-Drama Cycle, we'll continue to honor his memory by keeping his story alive. As the news of Yu Menglong's passing spread, the shockwaves it created could be felt across every corner of the entertainment industry. For fans, it wasn't just the loss of a talented actor, it was the loss of someone who felt like family, someone they had grown up watching, supporting, and rooting for. His death became more than just a headline. It became a national conversation about the pressure stars face and the hidden battles many endure behind closed doors. In the weeks following his death, fans created online memorial pages. Thousands shared their personal stories of how Yu Menglong had touched their lives. Some said his dramas gave them comfort during dark times. Others admitted his songs had been a source of strength when they felt alone. It became clear that Yu Menglong's influence stretched far beyond the screen. He had quietly built a connection with people who needed hope, and now, those same people were united in grief. One touching tribute came from a fan who had met him at a fan signing event. She recalled how, despite a long day and an endless line of fans, Yu Menglong smiled warmly at her, took her hand, and thanked her personally for supporting him. "He didn't just look at me as a fan," she wrote. "In that moment, he made me feel seen, as if I mattered." It's small gestures like these that fans will never forget, the little pieces of humanity that defined who he truly was. His colleagues in the industry echoed similar sentiments. Directors praised his professionalism. Co-stars remembered his ability to lift the mood on set with a joke or an encouraging word. Staff members often described him as one of the easiest stars to work with, never demanding, always respectful. For many, the loss felt deeply personal. One director who worked with him on a popular drama confessed in a heartfelt interview, "We didn't just lose an actor, we lost a friend, a brother, and a soul that was too kind for this world." As the tributes poured in, so did the questions. Could his death have been prevented? Was there more that could have been done? Some pointed to the grueling schedules actors face in the industry, where long hours and relentless demands leave little time for rest or recovery. Others argued that more attention needs to be paid to the physical and emotional well-being of celebrities. Yu Menglong's passing became a painful reminder that fame does not shield anyone from human limits. Meanwhile, his family continued to grieve in private. Reports shared that they held a quiet funeral, attended only by close relatives and a handful of friends. Despite the intimacy of the ceremony, fans around the world created their own memorials, lighting candles, laying flowers outside studios he once worked in, and even organizing moments of silence online to honor his memory. The industry, too, has been forced to reflect. Discussions have begun about protecting young stars from burnout, ensuring they have access to health checkups, and creating safer working conditions. While no change can bring Yu Menglong back, his passing may serve as a catalyst for the industry to take better care of its talent in the future. And then there's the legacy of his work. Fans are already revisiting his dramas, streaming his music, and reliving the joy he once brought them. Platforms reported a surge in views for his past projects as audiences flocked to see him again, laughing, smiling, and alive in the roles he portrayed. Watching his work now feels bittersweet. Every scene, every line, every smile carries a heavier weight, because fans know these are the last pieces of him they will ever receive. But perhaps the most touching part of Yu Menglong's legacy lies not in his fame, but in the values he carried. Friends describe him as a man who always put others before himself, who worked not for awards or recognition, but because he genuinely loved to create. He never forgot where he came from, never lost his humility, and never let fame change who he was at his core. Even now, after his passing, that humility and kindness are what people remember most. For the younger generation of actors, Yu Menglong has become an example not just of talent, but of humanity. He proved that you can be successful and still remain kind, that you can shine in the spotlight while staying grounded. Many of his peers now vow to honor him by carrying forward the values he lived by. As time passes, the grief will remain, but so will the love. Fans will continue to keep his memory alive, through his work, through stories, and through the lessons he left behind. His death may have left an unfillable void, but his life, his smile, his kindness, his art, will always be remembered. And maybe that's the real truth of Yu Menglong's final moments. Though his life was tragically short, his impact was eternal. He may no longer walk among us, but his legacy continues to live in the hearts of millions. In the end, his story is not just one of loss, but of love, connection, and the reminder that even in tragedy, the light of someone's spirit can never truly fade. Here at K-Drama Cycle, we will continue to honor Yu Menglong, to share his story, and to remind the world of the gentle soul who gave so much of himself to others. Yu Menglong's final moments may have ended too soon, but his story lives on.